Welcome everyone to another edition of Airy Sky Rita Lee. I'm Airy Sky. So I got a big announcement to make. I know Jess has been looking for one. I went to the library the last few days. I just haven't had the motivation to upload what I made. But let me tell you a story, okay? How I'm truly feeling. But first, I want you to meet the newest member of my family. I know Gabby and Lexi and stuff are curious. This okay. This is Ebony. This is my little baby bunny here. Isn't he cute? All right, Eb. I'm going to give you a chance to well, I'm going to leave your box down here, and if you want to run around in here, you can. There's not much you can chew on. I'll be watching you. So this is Ebony. As you can see, he's attached to me. So he's actually getting to be really playful towards me. I want to let you out so you can get some exercise. So anyways, I wanted to share with you my new family member, Ebony, or Ed for short. This is Ed. He's a black otter Dutch Netherland bunny. Now, I know some of you are like, is this for real? Is he real? And he's not a toy or something. No, as you can see, Ed is right there, moving his head. Hello, Ed. He is a little bunny, and this is as big as he's gonna get. Yeah, come on up there, bud. So, anyways, he's kind of shy, but he's warming up to me. Actually, this little guy is actually warming up to me. All right, Ed, you want to run around, huh? So, I wanted to share with you a couple things going on. He likes fleas, by the way. So, they don't smell at all. I know Tara's like, oh, they're gonna stink. You know, the only thing you really smell with having a bunny is, first of all, the hay. Otherwise, I keep his tray clean daily. I keep his box clean. He actually is litter trained. At 3 days we've had him, he actually knows where his food is and where he can go. See, if you put hay in a box, he'll go straight for that every time he wants to go to the bathroom, and he'll skip, so the only problem we have is Moppy thinks of him as a tasty morsel like Aunt Tara's chicken. Now, for some of you wondering what's going on, with me, basically, Ebony and I've been kind of depressed, alright? I've been trying to be good. Now, let me tell you what's going on. Now, the bunny, one of the things well, let me just tell you what happened first. I offered to watch Tara's house again. I was going to actually come down in June. I have a doctor's appointment, so it would coincide with watching their house, pretty much. But apparently, I'm here. Alright, there you go. Go play. Just stay away from this. Look around, whatever. Don't do anything stupid. Alright, so basically, Tara was like, watching my video. The reason I felt like it was kind of a burden is because, I needed to make sure nothing happened at home, with Chloe around. Unfortunately, as everyone knows by now, except for the inner circle, like Jenna and the rest is, he's exploring, is, see, I got him in a room that he can't usually chew on much, so no chewing on much, and so he's got toys, he's got bunny is just pampered. If he wants to go back in his box, he can come back in, he can go out. I just figured, I'd share with you the new family, pet. So, as I told Tara, it kind of saddens me. It makes, this is how I felt, okay? Tara doesn't understand my feelings. She's like, oh, I felt so sorry holding you back to go home to watch the house. You know what hurt me the most? And I'm telling you all this. When Tara said, oh, I set her friend up to watch the house, I offered, and I even stated that it might be a good time to get a second mini vacation and away from the burdensome of the house around here. Now, for some of you out there, hello, and you didn't want it, huh? So, for some of you wondering, alright, Chloe has been getting very, very violently angry and more, and the man manager sent us a letter basically telling us the Moppy barks every half hour. Now the manager basically turned around, came down, and apologized, finding out the neighbor's dog barks 8 hours a day. And so they got a warning for it. Well, Chloe, of course, and I'm saying this, I know I want Lexi to watch this as well. I want you to share this with Tara J, because I think Tara J might find this to be humorous. That Chloe got angry. As you all know, Chloe was sexually assaulted by the neighbor, and I lost several games and a DS and stuff. Well, I got my DS replenished thanks to Tara. Thank you, Dinky. I appreciate it. See, I've been playing Mario Brothers, the Game Boy Advance, and I'm addicted to the old 80s Mario Brothers. Now, Tara J is going, well, what's this got to do with, humor? Well, Tara B-hole, also known as Dinky, gave me a pink DS, and my DS is out there charging, but I've been playing it like crazy because it's got the Game Boy Advance. I've been looking to get my white DS repaired. I told Dinky I would basically return it to her. She's like, don't worry. So she gave me this little backpack and everything else. My original Game Boy, I don't know if the DS will play regular Game Boy games, but my Game Boy Color does the job. I want to get an original Game Boy, but as you know, I'm a Pokemon fan, so as Tara J knows this is my original Pokemon game system. This is the original one. It costs like $150. Pokemon, it's the yellow edition, and people sit there and look at me like I must be crap. I lost one of my Game Boy Colors. I didn't loan this one to the neighbor. There goes Ebony again. Ebony. Hey, Abby. You behave yourself, little man. It's a boy bunny, by the way. So as you can see, Mama's really attached to her bunny. Okay, Ebony, go in as you wish. So when Tara basically said that she had someone already lined up to watch it feeling bad for me, I felt very depressive. Basically, Tara is my family, Corey, and as Tara and Corey know, when Tara said this to me, it dropped me down to depression level, really depressed. And when I was at the library, Chloe was starting to get angry, and but let me tell you about before we get back to that. So the manager basically gave us notice, no yelling. If it's too loud, Dinky's got a copy of it. If it's too loud, which by the way, I'm hearing problems in this ear, my hearing's going, so I talk a little louder, so Dinky and Corey understand, hey, I'm disabled. And Tara and Dinky and Corey, or Corey B-hole, or Buns on Fire, as I call it. He's always talking about, my bun's on fire, I ate too much hot sauce. Anyways, just joking. Hello. So basically, they know that if I could be beneficial to the community, I would. Now, the only reason I'm doing this video is for a couple of reasons. Is I want to share with Tara and Corey, and I hope Tara shares this with Corey, that I can be happy-go-lucky in a minute. See, like right now, I'm really happy. I'm trying to be happy. I got the bunny out, trying to get some exercise. Little Ebony. Of course, Ebony's spilled water on my pants a few times, so, but Ebony needs to get some exercise, and that's why I'm doing this video tonight, is to get him used to this room, which we shouldn't be getting much trouble. Don't even think you need that paper, Anna. Yeah, no eating the paper, little man. Anyways, let's go back to discussion. So, I don't want you chewing on my book either, so, that's the thing. I don't want you chewing on my wood board here either. It's old, so. Yeah, so you gotta watch the bunny carefully, and, so, one of the things I wanted to share with you was, out of love for you all is, Dinky knows this. I had the sheriff come out the other day. I went to open my panel up here under my desk, and I had 2 laptops that was hubbies. Both of them went missing as well as medical records. Now, the sheriff was more interested in what happened to the medical records, but the laptops was, one was Aaron's, which means password protected, no one knows what happened to it, and the other was, The other laptop that was taken was a Masonic Lodge laptop, which was Aaron was repairing it. It was for the Masons in Ohio. So that laptop right there on my desk, that white one, I got a new one coming. Dinky and I worked out agreement for layaway, so I can send her money through PayPal. She holds it and then order me a new computer. So I'm going to need 2 backups. And on top of that, I'm getting a TV by the end of the year. Hopefully I'm still here, but the way it looks, that's something I wanted to share with you, is I don't think I'm going to be here, and I want to explain why. Now, as you know, the second thing was laughing and yelling and chuckling and screaming in the middle of the night. First one, like I said, Moppy barking. As you can see, Moppy's not here right now, but he never barks. I confronted the neighbor. He's like, oh, no, it's not Moppy. I tried to tell them it was the neighbor's dog. But anyways, the slamming of the doors happened only because the door was broken. Now, with the door completely fixed, the bolt working, we closed it, but we couldn't even get into our apartment. Oh, it was always trying to get it to work, so, the justification is trying to get it to work. The door, the deadbolt was broken. So the manager's like, oh. Now, the cupboards, I found out the reason the cupboards were, what? You want to eat Moppy's dog food? Oh, crap. Anyways, it seems the doggy bowl. I'm gonna have to have someone clean this up. I'm gonna have to do it real quick, I think, so we don't get a bug problem. So, the bunny was trying to eat something, and I was trying to pick it up, and instead we got dog food everywhere. So the thing is we gotta clean this up, and then there, and then I will move Moppy's bowl here. I'm still talking to you guys. I just gotta pick up all the dog food itself. It's kind of my fault because I'm trying to move the bunny away from dog food, and apparently the bunny is thinking Moppy's food is pretty tasty, so I'm gonna have to let Chloe know. Now back to my story real quick. The Ebony, isn't at fault. He's just a baby, so he doesn't know any better, and he's just the innocent animal. And Moppy up the other thing wants to have a ebony room, here we go. Alright, so because of this, I got it all picked up in a timely manner. So, Ebony, don't even chew on my pants, little. Come here. My clothes are not for you to chew on, okay? You don't want to get sick, alright? Now, I will clean this up temporarily soon. There. Alright. So anyways, as you can see, here you go. Let me give you a bigger picture of him. Isn't he so cute? And this is my hand, by the way, so that's how big it is. So he's more interested in Moppy's dog food. Okay, so back to my story. I know Dinky was probably waiting for this video anyway, not to express how I feel, which I told her about it. But she's probably curious about Ebony. And Ebony needs his exercise, so we're letting Ebs run around, So, okay, back to my feelings. So, Kara basically tells me, that she's got someone to help. Now, I didn't mean to basically do video saying it feels like a burden. I had an obligation, I kept my word. And I would keep my word again. The thing is she's like, well, it's a win-win situation. But the thing is it's not, to me, I feel like, I feel like, honestly, I know Dinky and Corey love me dearly. I know this. It's just, with my mental depression, it feels like I'm just being put on a back burner because, for me, I got a deal, and this is something I told Tara, that in the video. She knows this, that I have to deal with is Chloe. Now, I shouldn't have brought Chloe back, but you all know the mental hospital basically shipped her to a homeless shelter. Supposedly a girl got raped in a homeless shelter, and she got shipped back to me. Now, nothing happened, as you all know. I don't know if Tara J ever checked in the whole, oh yes, I know Tara J was angry about the whole thing about me being arrested, which Tara J has a right to, but I thought Tara J would like to hear the next part of the story. Now, one of the things that triggered me, yeah, I wanted to share with Lexi and Tara J and Gabby, my, Ebony. Ebony is so cute. So, let me just share. So, the other day, this notice came. Like I said, it was Moppy barking. She found out that he false. She found out the drawer was kind of jammed, so we decided to change drawers. She changed the silverware drawer somewhere else so there's no noise. The third thing was Chloe needs to go outside and take a long walk outside of town if she's that angry, scream at the top of her lungs in the rural part of the island to not cause trouble, which is working to a point. And then she still won't lower her voice, which means that's where the problem is. And then the other is, what was the other complaint? Slamming the front door. The front door is being slammed, and well, as I said, the front door was broken. So you got Moppy, the drawer, the cabinets and drawers, and the front door. So, the manager said there's nothing in there that says discrimination currently, because I basically talked to the lawyer, said, yeah, the underlying discrimination. She said no. What it is the neighbor complained, and, she's like, you brought it to my attention 6 months ago warning about, Chloe, so we're basically giving you a leeway because of it, but, he's like, get out of the closet. It's, little one, get out of the closet. Here, I'm walking there. You can go anywhere around this area to explore, but not the closet. Yeah. So basically, that was something I want to share with you. Now, the second part is kind of upsetting, okay? Now, the part I was saying that Tara J would be laughing at Gabby and Lexi is that Chloe, and I told her I'm not having any part of this, She grabbed my phone one night when I was sleeping, and she said, ooh, guess what I did? Well, the neighbor that supposedly raped her, she decided to call CPS on her. And, well, I told the manager I'm not responsible for anything that happens when it comes to and so, basically, the lady basically was like, I don't know, but the lady today called. She's like, yes, it's Chloe, and I'm like, who's this? I'm with CPS. I said, oh, I don't want anything part of this here. So then the lady was asking Chloe what happened. She's like, Rita's just a fuddy-duddy, goes into details and stuff. And the lady was doing her thing, and then, But anyways, like Tara said, and I'm going to share this. But Tara says, basically, basically the message was, she shouldn't be basically adding this much fuel or starting fires when she's this pissed, okay? Now, let me get you to another thing. Chloe turns around, right? She always nudges me when I'm sleeping. What's the address? What's the phone number? What's the zip code? So, I finally, asked her, what's this guy calling us, and this was, yesterday, right? Turns out she called the Capitol Police in D.C. to basically give a duty to warn of 2 people. One, our Speaker of the House, the other one being that Islamic Muslim lady who I think just let her do her term. If she gets a second term, fine. If she gets ousted, oh well, who cares? You guys know my motto of politics, leave it alone. And my motto is the bunny's more entertaining than watching today's politics. Isn't that right, Ebony? So, basically, I know Sarah's gonna laugh at us. So she basically was angry and reported the neighbor yet again. And then, apparently, for what I understand, FBI and Secret Service. Now, that's where I said to Tara J and Lexi that this is going to be interesting, okay? So today, for the trigger at the library, she's been getting very violently angry. I've been doing this and that. I decided, I need to get my spreadsheets done. She used up all my freaking data on my phone. Literally, my phone's empty, So, what happened was, I decided to to and basically, you know, she turned around, right, and she turns around and Ebony, why aren't you sitting at my desk here? Leave the desk alone. So Ebony knows I'm very good to him. So basically, you know, this morning I got up and I was making soup stock for dinner, and me and Chloe were talking about stuff, and knock, 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 sheriff came. So I said, what is it I can help you? And he asked questions. I said, don't look at me, man. I had nothing to do with that, and I am staying neutral. So I go in, the dog barks once, and he went to sleep, you know, in this room. And so I closed the door, because the door's open. Chloe's talking to them, and oh yeah, this is what I heard. Goes on and on about the duty of warrant. Guy says, "You want to sign a statement?" She goes, "No, okay, I don't want to sign a statement." And they're like, "Well, it would help." No, I'm giving it to you verbally. That's good enough. And they're looking at me, right? And I'm just shaking my head like, you costed the taxpayers money for an investigation. Well, I kept it to myself. Well, the guy asked me a question. I'm like, look, dude, how about we talk more about, well, you know, he was talking about Trump, and I was talking about Nixon, and he's like, oh, Nixon, you know, and then we're talking about Reagan, and he goes, yeah, I think Hinckley's out, and I'm like, yeah, he is out, and we're talking about that, and then, and so let's talk about something else. You're like, what? The bunny. They all basically said it's the cutest bunny in the world, and I said, look, I'm staying out of this, okay? I'm not being part of it, okay? You know, because it's wrong. I mean, literally. And then right after the sheriff left, CPS called. So she had CPS. She had CPS. She had CPS, the U.S. Secret Service, the FBI, and apparently she called the Capitol Police. And the detective's like, yes, I want to talk to her, you know. I'm going, dude. Who is this? Why are you calling me? And he goes, oh, you're the owner of the phone? I'm like, yeah, I'm Reverend Rita. Chloe's in the tub. And I had to hold the phone while she's in the tub going, oh, yeah, that's the one I heard. Okay. Send an email and this and email and that. She did. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there going, how much are you digging ourselves? All right. Now, the manager turned around and told me outright, I'm responsible. She's the co-lead, okay? So I talked to my lawyer, and my lawyer said if she murders someone, sets the building on fire, or destroys others' property, I'm not liable. I said, well, what about the tenant problem? He says, look, if she basically goes after some tenants and basically they're going to evict, they got to give you the benefit of the doubt to evict Chloe first. They're evicting both of you and Chloe because you're the primary. It's discrimination. So basically what depressed me is, okay, Chloe was sitting there. Before I was sitting there, I was sighing, you know, and I was in tears at the library because, you know, when Tara said to me, oh yeah, I have this, it's a win-win, I was in tears. I literally basically made a Facebook post that said I didn't want to be on Facebook. I still don't. I mean, I'm, honestly, when Tara told me that, I went from happy-go-lucky, dropped all the way down to the bottom of the world going, I must be a piece of crap that no one wants to deal with me because I have Chloe, and, you know, as I told Tara and Corey specifically over beers, I want her gone, you know, honestly. And the reason for it is the amount of, see, the little scooter here is just running back and forth. The reason for it is because she's yellow. She causes so much trouble, okay? I mean, look, tonight, when I was getting ready to go, I had 2 big spreadsheets to do still to set aside from last month. I got a whole bunch of spreadsheets tomorrow to do, which I could probably hammer them all out tomorrow, minus a couple, you know, give it a take. By the end of the month, they'll all be done. And then I might go on Facebook to ask a couple questions on gaming related, but, you know, right now I owe a couple of dollars to Tara, and I wanted to share this with you all. I know, Tara knows this, but so Tara the other day, okay, ran around and so what happened was, so Tara, set a tent. Well, tent's considered vagrancy. That's against the law. So technically, I don't even know where to go when it comes to Roach Motel, with service dog. My buddy's going with me, so technically, I might just have to buy boxes and basically load up a shed slowly but surely, running a truck once a month and slowly cleaning out the apartment until it's basically basic necessities only and throw everything in storage, leaving me a bigger workaround so I have everything empty and then I can just pay the shed and find out where to go. Because frankly, I'm going to have to talk to some resources this week and next week because I offered to get Chloe a one-way ticket to Arizona. That failed. I offered a ticket to Ohio. That failed. Now, let me finish the story about what happened. So once Tara basically hurt my soul, basically, made me, I was depressed because, I told her I needed to get away for a lot longer than that. The reason I came home was basically I was worried about my property and stuff being sold. Now, problem is, she didn't steal my game. It was 2 laptops that went missing, and I don't know why. The medical records. Now, I got release of info, I got everything, okay? Now, what happened was, Chloe gets mad, alright? And she's sitting there, and she's yelling at me at the library about duty to warn. Well, Tara J knows this, and Gabby knows it. If you're doing a duty to warn, it better be damn completely honest. Now, you all know Chloe gets very violent when something's wrong. Duty to warn was given for me. So I've given it, and probably Tara J and Gabby has, and whatever, others. Problem is, she goes and says in her head, now she got mad, and I'll explain this too. She got mad, about the legal problems of what happened after, but she turned around, okay, in the library, when I was depressed, looked at me and says, you take this fucking shit home. Here's my password. I'm going down to the ferry terminal. I'm jumping in. I'm gonna drown. I'm dying. Wait for the coroner's report. So I get everything put together. My zipper's stuck. I finally get it in there. And as I'm leaving, I call the non-emergency number, talk to a guy, and he says, hey, Rita, what's up? I tell him, and he's like, no problem. I said, I feel like I'm a pest. He said, no. He said, what is it? And I explained it to him, and he says, I explained where Chloe is. He says, we'll have a deputy call you, right? So the guy... Sorry, I'm just making sure the bunny didn't get squished under the seat or something. You in there, Abby? I don't know. I'm just making sure the bunny's somewhere. And sometimes, keep an eye on the bunny. The bunny was Abby. How odd. I'm gonna have to look for Abby to make sure Abby didn't run right away, Hold on a second. Abby, where you at, boy? That is weird. Abby! Where are you, Abby? What the hell? Abby, come on out. Come here. Abby, that is not a place for you to stay. Come on. I need to close the box for you. Come on out of there. Come here. Do I gotta close the box in? Leave it open. I'll just keep an eye on the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna have to move and block you from getting into that area. I'm gonna have to block the corner like this. There. Now you can't get in that way. Okay, so basically, Chloe turns around at the library and leaves. I call the sheriff. In the library and her, because Chloe basically threw something, her headphones in her mouth and stuff, hits the floor and her power cord, hits the floor out of anger, literally missing Moppy, bounces off, hits the wall. Everyone hurts. He's like, I'm gonna go kill myself. Well, they're panicked, I'm panicked. I basically called the sheriff. They said, okay, Brita, we'll look into it. Calls me back that she's blown steam, right? I said, look, she lied. He says, we got reports that she said that she was going to kill herself. She calmed down. There's nothing I can do about it. So basically, on the way, I got home, and I'm cutting up turkey for dinner. I'm making homemade turkey soup out of, it was really good. And brewing some sausage, by the way. Some Hills ground sausage. Cooked it up first, put it in there, and it was good. But anyway, so what happened was, Chloe turns around, gets home, and the first thing I said was, I want you out tonight. Alright? Period. She's basically made a statement in the library she's going to kill herself. She threw something which could have basically damaged library property, which would have been construction property. Sheriff's like, oh, well, it's okay. Anyways, then, so basically what happened was, turns around, right, and is talking suicide, right? So finally, I'm basically telling them, pack a bag, you're leaving tonight on the 10:05 ferry. 10:05 is already here. They're like, yeah, I'll go tomorrow. Well, anyways, the problem with the ferry, okay, and I want to get to this for a second, and what's going on. The other Sarah J and Gabby and the rest are sitting there curious of what's going on, is, that, I went and emailed my lawyer, and he said, look, she's transgendered, you're transgendered, you can't do a damn thing. Your best bet is to load up the storage shed little bit by little bit, and clear out your apartment. Do a little bit every day a month. Clear it out, and then get the fuck out of Dodge, basically. Leaving her the lease, okay? When the release is restarted, sign yourself out and let Chloe be the primary. When Chloe can't pay the lease because she has no income, they do auto evict. Anyway, look, I might damage her credit, but it's the only way for me to get away from her without other damages, Now, my family suggests the same thing. Thing is, Chin's considered vagrancy. The lawyer said no. A dive hole hotel is different, but there's got to be something. I mean, if they could find me my cousin and cousin-in-law's got a fucking truck, okay? If we can find a half-ass cheap trailer that works, literally a little travel trailer, I can live in that temporarily until, and I'm not talking the most expensive. You can go to eBay and so, yeah, I've seen campers for free, basically. You might need a few $100 in work, fix this, fix that, and you got a camper. Doesn't leak, it's got a dry thing. You live in a camper for a while. I mean, all you need is to be self-sufficient long enough to get on a lease, literally, my stepfather, Roy, used to say, I need a 28, 30-foot trailer, candle maximum. That's all I need to live in. Slide or no slide, doesn't matter. And he's completely right, literally, he's completely right. So back to my story. So I got angry, and I called up, and this is where it gets complicated. I called the crisis line, and I said, look, I basically told my partner, my significant other, my roommate, whatever you want to call her, to leave. Oh, well, and I said, look, she's basically abusing me. Well, you need to file a restraining order. And when I explained it, she said, oh, well, maybe you can get it reissued, or a new one, and not count it. And then Chloe slams the door when I explained the whole thing about, CPS, APS, etc. Tell the effing truth, duty to warn, duty to warn. The lady's like, yeah, you need to get away from her. Well, Chloe's like, give me the fucking phone. So I give her the phone. Chloe's in tears, and I'm already in tears. And the lady, I can hear the lady, oh, well, I think we need to have an in-law, Rita. I said, I can hear you, you fucking jackass. Well, anyway, Chloe's like, I need to leave to go to the hospital. The lady's like, get to the island hospital, they'll transfer you. You don't want to be on the island, you don't have to be. Well, the lady basically calls me back and says, we just looked up lease law. You can't evict someone, even if she's not paying anything. She's on the lease, so technically she's protected. So I said, okay, I'll sign myself off the lease after I get a storage set and everything together, and I'll let her live there with no rent, no income, and no way to get income. And the lady said, oh, well, when the lady looked up the information on our building, she found out that you have to be disabled to live here. So she's like, oh, shit. And because of it, I said, I'll just sign Chloe, and then Chloe can get evicted, and I'm out clean, And the only reason Chloe's on it, she's waiting for disability. So the lady basically said, well, we can get our cash assistance. Chloe, do you want to do this? Chloe's like, no, I'm not going to those fuckers. And I'm not going to basically live in this fucking island that's discriminating. They're always supporting the rapist baby poppers. Well, anyways, the lady basically said, put Rita on, and I said, well, let me guess, I'm the fucking problem. She goes, well, the relationship's toxic, but I don't see it's you. I said, well, thank you. Give this lady at least a Daniel Webster cigar. She says, I don't like True Grit. And then I said, whatever, and in the end, I said, I'm not the fucking problem. You want to, turns around, right? Anyways, so, I was angry, and, I can't evict. Next thing you know, the sheriff shows up. Hey, Rita, I go, dude, first of all, why the fuck are you at my place every time when the EMS comes? Well, we're afraid of Chloe. Oh, so you think Chloe's the problem? Yes. Well, we think you might be the problem here. I said, no, you know what? I said, look, pull up my computer. I said, look at that. He looks at this county and says, you gotta be shitting me. We can't involve anyone. I said, nope. Said, see, Grant here says outpatient only, which means only outpatient. They can't even do court order. So, technically, so in the end, I basically went ahead and I checked into all of it. They tried to, he's like, damn. I said, no, I'm not going. I said, do you want to basically deal with I guess he's Tucker's little, rabbit, so. I said, do you want to deal with the court fees when there is none? He goes, no. I said, do you want to deal with me having service dogs? He said, no, but would you come to the hospital? I said, no. I said, why don't we do it this way? So, I basically made a couple phone calls, and, in front of him, really quickly, this was, really earlier, because he stayed on, I told Terry, that I would, deal with this. And basically what happened was, we called up the hospital, and they know me, and they're like, go read a conflict of interest. Chloe's been here, Chloe's been here, Chloe's been here. The guy said, there, is there anywhere we can send her? And they said, Oregon. He calls up the ambulance place, right? The one that does the transfer, just to see. And we want $37,000 to go from Friday Harbor to Portland. He looks at me and he says, I'm not going to put that on Rita's bill. So, basically, he turned around, right, and he's like, no wonder why it's too expensive. I said, no crap, it cost $10,000 just to get her to frickin' smoke these points. Anyway, Floyd's sitting there crying, oh, I'm a bad person, and the lady on the phone is like, oh, you're not a bad person. Floyd's like, yeah, I am, I abused Rita, and she's admitting it. And the lady's like, oh, well, as long as we don't report it to APS, we're fine. Meanwhile, the whole ordeal is, she's getting angry, more combative, and they think it's my problem. Now, I was talking to Dinky, right, and I asked Dinky specifically, and I had to translate this, right, and I asked Dinky, because of it, and I basically said, she said, so remove yourself from the lease and leave. Well, that's the plan. I need to make sure the bunny doesn't get stuck somewhere. Oh, okay. So basically what happened, okay, was, remove myself from the lease. That's the plan. Alright, once I get my stuff in storage, I'm out. Chloe can be here by herself, masturbating with no electricity, with running water and no lights, because I'm not paying anymore. Because I'm not going to pay for someone who that. And the sheriff agreed. He said I should just get to set it up that way. Now, now I have three options I'm going to look into next week for housing. Okay, and Tara knows this, I think, but she also said it's the only way to separate myself to get away from Chloe is to get a storage shed and boxes and move on again. And then, the other thing is I've been told by his mother and his grandmother once here. Well, his grandmother and his mother basically, here's the deal. They offered a house, okay? They offered tickets to get Chloe back, okay? Now, if Chloe goes back, alright, I'm automatically evicted because I need two people. Now, here's the problem I want to talk to Tara and maybe Corey and Tara can figure this out because I can't, being disabled. So what happened was she turns around and the manager says I'll be evicted for not having two people in my apartment. Now, even if I have two people in my apartment, the problem is the neighbor wants a fucking two-bedroom next door. She's making so much shit up. Oh, we just doing this, we just doing that. She can't do that. It's all because she's upset that the good Lord delivered me a bunny. And say, for example, Dinky just ordered me shoes. I didn't expect it. My shoes, by the way, are falling apart. Literally, Chloe looked at it the other day, and you know how you got the rubber sole, and then it goes into the cloth part, and then it goes above, and you got another cloth, and then the foot goes in. Well, my shoes are peeling apart. Less than a month. Maybe 3 weeks old, and they're like... And Chloe's like, what a bunch of crap. So, I was planning to go to Walmart on the 3rd. Unfortunately, Bunny, don't even think you're going there. The bunny's like curious about things. So, he's a little boy. It's just for 3 days with him, and he's finally getting to explore a little bit, see what trouble he can get into. Bunnies are mischievous. So basically, what? You want to chew on the TV? Huh? Chew on the TV? Oh, what? Come here. So basically, what has happened is, I can't evict Chloe, okay? So Dinky was saying just get that, but where do I go? The living in a tent considered vagrancy, and, so his mom tells me one thing, his grandmother says the other. The thing is, they offer tickets, okay? The reason they're not getting anywhere with Chloe is because Chloe keeps saying, well, I'm munched out by my mom. Telling her grandmother's like, no, it doesn't happen. Your mother can get you on disability. The problem with the disability clause is Chloe's got 23, I have it written down somewhere, 23 freaking diagnoses. How do you diagnose someone 23 for Social Security? Even Tara Jane knows you can't. Even, Dinky knows you can't. Money in there? Yep, money's in there. So, the bunny is the bunny, alright? So basically, so the only course of action I can do is either keep them here on the lease, and by the way, buying them a ticket to Sheridan, sending them off to go on that is basically considered abandonment of a disabled adult, which is basically bullshit. They're not disabled. I said, where's the money coming in? He goes, oh, good point. But I said, if I buy a ticket and he goes down there, or she goes down there to work, she goes down there, then I'm always, that's fine. I mean, literally that's it, but I'm auto evicted. But the thing is, the management company needs to realize that if they're going to evict me because there's not two people in the building, this is where I want Tara and Corey to maybe do some brainstorming. I love them dearly. Maybe you, Gabby, Tara J, and Lexi can look into this too. Two of the neighbors, one being a Jewish woman, one being a guy upstairs, we call him the Rhino. He walks I think he's a trans man who just walks too much, smokes too much, eats his food and drinks a lot. He basically complained too. Now, the problem with him, I think, I don't know, is, he basically turns around and, is complaining too. Same with the Jehovah's Witness. He has got a 2-bedroom with one person. Same with, the Jewish woman, Pam. Now, upstairs, all the way on the end, from my unit, the wall over there, I believe it is, Boatman's got a 3-bedroom. I'm talking, no, up above from, Andy's wall, Boatman, that's fine. I think his name is Edward. He's got, Anthony, he's got a 3-bedroom, he's one person. So technically they say subsidized, you gotta have 3 people in a 1-bedroom. Now I know a lady that's got, 2 people living with her and she's got a 3-bedroom. So they want to evict me because I have a 2-bedroom and I'm one person yet. No, they're all the 1-bedrooms are filled up. So the manager said, oh, I can put you on a 1-bedroom wait list, but until one of the 1-bedrooms open up, you're stuck with a 2-bedroom. But they want me out because of the whole thing, and to me, it's like first on the command list is, see what the government works is, say Pam was here first. Pam gets a 1-bedroom open, Pam gets it first. And then, I think there might be like 4 1-bedrooms, but anyways, the Pam gets it, right? And then, her 2-bedroom's given up, and then you got say 3 years later, you got, Andy, who, 1-bedroom opens up, he gets it. And then finally, say like 9 years later, another 1-bedroom opens up, and that would mean me. So I could wait 20 years for a 1-bedroom here, but the problem is, I need some family guidance. Maybe my family should call up the manager and talk to the manager, because I've told the manager how many times I've been, abused. Now, the lady on the phone, the crisis line, she didn't really care. She's like, you need a restraining order, you need this. Well, when Chloe came in and started demanding and saying, tell the truth. Truth is, she called these places, okay? It could be an automatic eviction because she basically is my responsibility. She decided to go after a lady who raped her. And they found no evidence. Now, you guys get the point, okay? The humorous thing is, yes, I made a mistake. I've said this, okay? Now, what hurts me the most is this whole depression thing is, and I'm going to share this with you, is Dinky helped me out with, some, money to get toilet paper. Now, I got enough toilet paper, right? What is it? Oh, you climb back in? See, this little bunny is fast, I'm talking to you guys, not paying attention. The bunny scoots back in again, like, super bunny. So, basically what happened is, she turns around and, sent me some money for toilet paper through PayPal. And, I want to tell you guys the toilet paper story. So, I went down to the store. I walked like 8 miles that day. I'd go out and this and out and this. And I told Tara, I'll just use the rack, okay? She's like, no, you don't need to use the rack. Well, Chloe decides to go ahead and use the PayPal card and buy like 6 doubles, okay? Now we ran out of the 6 doubles today. So it didn't last long, it was 20 minutes. So I got the rack out again. Anyways, one of the things that's sad is, I needed to get my order placed. So I think having a bunny is going to be pushing me to stay on the island and order more stuff online. And one of the things I'm just going to have to confirm, because I'm just going to start confirming my orders of Terra online through the phone, is, using my phone and screen capturing my order to make sure I got enough for the month. Because, one of the things that I wanted to share with you was the supplies. I mean, usually we get plenty of food, or we're always good on food, but the toiletries are another problem. I mean, we get shampoo and conditioner and some other stuff from the community center. They have like a thing like first and 15th, but the other things, they only give you like 4 rolls of TP. So technically, the problem is with us, we try not to use it, and we try to buy stuff. The problem with it is, I need to get Tara to tell me what shampoo and conditioner I need. She wants me to be using better stuff than Swamp, which is agreeable. Her stuff is really nice. And I need to order some Dr. Teal's bath salts in the tub because that stuff really helps me sleep. I mean, really, it relaxes me, and I think I need to keep some on hand. But my thing is the finances. Okay, is everyone sits there and says, well, you got to get Chloe on disability. Look, the agreement Chloe and I made when I was getting her on disability 2 years ago was she was going to buy most of my RPG games from her retro check. The problem is it never came about because I've spent over $20,000 on her, okay? I'm tired, the thing that depresses me, I'm tired of paying money, and this is a little legitimate gripe, for being basically sitting there and like, it's only $12, oh, it's $4, it, accumulates. So, if I'm in a generous mood, Tara Beal and Tara J and Gabby and Lexi, they all know I wear my heart on my sleeve. So, one of the gripes I had was, that like makeup, for example. I tried to explain to Chloe today, okay? So look, the one reason I want you out of my life is you demand too much. You think you're too much of a woman. You sit there, I'm a real woman, I need makeup, you gotta cover the stubble. I mean, the other day, she was looking up a recipe on how to cover stubble, and she was using flour, right? She's a makeup artist, so she's like, flour is a base for powder, so you can just cover it up, and do whatever you cover it up. I'm going, flour on your skin. Wow. And it made me realize, she ain't stupid. Alright. People say, oh, she knows what she's doing. My main thing is I, on the other hand, am kind of shocked because, I for one sit there and go, well, what goes on? What gives, And to me, I'm like, what can we do, And, I was trying to find that game that Tara gave me, Brain Age, I think it was, and it looked like an interesting game, so, am I missing one? Yeah, I am, I'm missing one. Oh, no, it's right there, okay. Basically, I need to sit down, okay, and one of the things that depresses me, alright, is I play a lot of video games, and, when Chloe triggers something, I get depressed, and I just want to climb into bed and go to sleep. Literally, like today, she basically was sitting there, and I turned around and said, look, if you want to think, and this is how I feel, okay, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, what's in her heart that counts, okay? She believes that, in her heart, and, I'm not going to judge her, God doesn't want me to, but she basically thinks that, in her heart, that, the neighbor is abusive towards the kid. Well, as Tara said, if we knew for a fact, I would report it myself, but I don't. And then the other thing she said is, if I knew for a fact she was actually plotting against the government, I would report it. You guys know I've done this already in the past. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. No one cares. So, but yeah, Chloe decided to go ahead and do it. And to me, I'm a minister of God, so I just had to vent about it. But one of the things that saddened me was, Dinky basically said it hurt my feelings, but she said something about, my video, So when I asked her about why they want to commit me, involuntary commitment tonight, she said because they caused you to stop asking. No one wants to take responsibility for Chloe. And then, so basically I gotta go and talk to some people, about it, but, So, the thing that made me sad to drop my depression really low was she said, I feel terrible when I was watching your YouTube at my place. Now you're ready to go home, but I have a commitment. So, I basically filled my commitment out of love, and frankly, I was ready to go because I was worried about my property, basically, and worried about the apartment, and, worried about things. But, thinking about it now, I really just need to get away, And it didn't mean to burden you. So her friend is house sitting for my 2 trips in exchange for watching her dog when she goes out of town. It's a win-win. Yeah, but the main thing that saddened me the most was the fact that I was sad because I really wanted to be there for Dinky and Court, and they're always there for me. I mean, Dinky knows that this winter I need to get a new coat, so I got to work with her to get a new coat. That's a purchase. She just went out and spent like $70 on shoes, which, a $10 pair of shoes would have been good for me. I just need something to prove on the third, but she thought I walked everywhere, and that's the thing. Let me just tell you the story about the doctor the other day. I know Dinky was curious about it, so like the 10th of April, I went into the hospital because Chloe called. She's always calling, and it sounds like, she's trying to get rid of me. Sheriff comes out, and he's like, "You're drinking?" I go, "Yeah," and I said, "Why are you in the house?" He says, "Well, we have to be," and I said, "No, you don't. Get out of here before I press charges." He finally just walked out and said, "Okay." And they loaded me and the dog up, and, they threw Moppy in this box, and he slid in the front. The doctor was a ass. I mean, he was basically talking about, at the time, other things about things that I won't get into, and I called him out on it. Well, he wanted this and he wanted that, and I'm like, nope, not gonna do it, and he kept doing breathalyzers, and he's just like, oh, well, you have dental pain, and, whatever, and whatever. I think it was like 3 things. He found out I was low blood sugar or something else, like, oh, you gotta take iron and stuff, so I was like, whatever. So they set me up a cab, right? Claire's like, oh, well, they have vouchers. They actually have a program, right? The doctor was a dick, didn't give me one. So the voucher guy, the cab company comes and basically does it, right? And takes me home, I had to use my debit card. And he doesn't charge for a week or so. He calls me up, complains the other day there's less funds in my card. And this is after I had to go get toilet paper. So I was like, look, dude, you can wait for the third or you can go get a voucher. We go to the doctor to the hospital and they give him a voucher. And the hospital's like, oh, we're so sorry we didn't give you one. Well, the other day I went in there. And this doctor comes in, the same doctor, you know how much trouble you caused me? And I go, no, and don't remind me. And he's like, oh, no. I'm like, look, you want a breathalyzer? Take that breathalyzer and cram it. I'm not drunk. And EMS was like, she basically fine as to me. I was being a little combative, It's bunny on my shoulder. Oh, make sure bunny's in there. Yep, he's in here. So basically, I told the doctor, right? So he's like, you're having chest pain. I said, oh, well, you don't have heart disease. You don't have. I said, look, this place did it. Well, they were trying to cover your own ass. Your husband was a fat-ass moron who died of lung cancer. That's what the record said. He pulls it up and says, look right here, lung cancer. And I'm going, yeah, and I have the coroner's report that says cardiac arrest, jackass. He just looked at me, do you have a copy of it? And I go, yeah. Well, he turned around and said she has a copy that, it closed like, so, guy turns around and wants a full chest x-ray. He wants a full chest x-ray. I don't know why. He says, I want you to drink this Barian crap, right? I said, alright, what are you finding, right? And he says, well, we're finding, and I said, look, he's like, I want you to go downstairs in the morning and see your primary. I said, that bitch has been fired. He looked at me like, well, where are you gonna go? I said, I'm not. I'm fired, every one of you jackasses. I'm not going through you fucking Pop-Tarts anymore. You guys are idiots. I mean, I was angry. And literally, Chloe just made me mad. She's just like, look, you're basically discriminating. Rita's chromosomes came back XX with a special type curio, which means, the ovaries and uterus you guys are nosy about. You want all about this, but you're a Catholic fucking bigot. He goes, we are Catholic. And we are bigot. And Chloe's like, you ain't getting fucking paid, you twat. And I just looked at Chloe, and at that moment I was proud, because she basically stuck up and said, fuck you, you fucking, Chloe looked at her, and basically Chloe said, fuck you little beaner. And the doctor was a Mexican, and she was pissed. She's like, fuck you beaner. He just looked at me, and he's like, well, I'll get your discharge papers ready, and I'm gonna make sure to put in your note you fired her. I said, I fired everyone. Well, Anyways, I'm supposed to go to Moses Lake, and not Moses Lake, to Mount Vernon. Anyways, before we were talking, he's like, well, I need to know, you need to sign this so I can access the Epic portal. I turned around and said, why don't you go read my notes, Johnny, that was his first name, and look up where the doctor violated the Epic portal already and just went in to get my records anyway, you dill-wad jackass. He goes in, looks it up, and I said, my lawyer said I don't have to give you my records under these. Well, we're here to try to take care of you. I said, my lawyer said you already violated 3 out of the 4 HEPA codes in my medical records. No, you ain't getting them. I'm not signing. He brings in this blonde who's a lesbian. Oh, you're so pretty. I'm going, it ain't working. And I explained it to her, and she said, don't you want to get the help? I said, no, because you guys basically are not listening to me. I know what I have, the nitro works. You're telling me I don't have coronary artery disease, and you're telling me the doctor needs to be sued. Well, fuck you. I'm suing you guys. I'm suing fucking this place. I'm suing this place. Guy turns around and tells me I need a mental evaluation. I said, okay, bring it in. It's only 2 in the morning. He's like, go home. I'm like, okay. And I wasn't even drunk. So basically, because he knows he's wrong. So basically, he says that on his way out, don't get your medical records. You're going to go, fuck you. I got released already on my desk, ready to sign for my lawyer for the newest record. He just looked at me with frickin' red beady eyes like, you motherfucker. I said, by the way, I got my Compass records coming too, jackass. So, how do I feel? I feel like, I've been let down, I mean, I shouldn't feel let down because, Tara went out of her way for the shoes, and that's a good enough thing, but I feel let down because, they're sitting there, they have this wonderful house, and I'm not complaining about Tara and Corey's house. They got this wonderful house, and I could use the vacation, but the main gripe I have is hearing about a tent. Now, I just looked into it vagrancy. Unless you sit in 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, and find a place that's free that you can park a tent. And it better be one of those tents with a wood stove, because you're going to be freaking freezing, So unless you can get a deal on like an army tent with a freaking stove in it that can keep the, I mean, literally, and then you better basically, wherever you're staying, you better basically make sure I have a crossbow or a bow or a rifle, or at least a handgun to protect Evie, because I'm not going to let an animal eat Evie in the wild while I'm out there. And I frankly think, leaving Evie with, say, Tara and Corey in there in a giant kennel that's the size of a 4 foot by 2 foot or 3 by 4 is, pretty bad because, I won't get to see him, and I'd be worried about Evie being, Hemikuda or Rye Biscuits, or Louie, or, Louie I think would be hard, but still I wouldn't put it past Louie or Mo to go after, or even her cat to go after a bunny. I mean, literally the bunny is, the lowest food on the food chain, basically, and I really don't want my bunny to be, he brings me a little joy, so. And when the sheriff basically realized he is running around while Chloe's outside, with the dog, he realized that the bunny is bringing me joy, I mean, I made a joke with the sheriff. I go, why can't you put the bunny back in the box? And he knew exactly the movie. He's like, Con Air. And I go, yep. And I'm like, hey, Billy, but I got the real bunny, And I mean, it was just adorable, But my main thing is I'm just upset and tired of, I feel like I was let down, and I feel like, to me, in my heart, it's not Corey Terrace, they're great people. I feel, what I want to explain to you is when she told me that, I just hit rock bottom, down to the well, and then on top of that, Chloe talking about suicide, that basically hit rock bottom, and then, worried about Chloe doing it. I mean, I'm gonna go down to the arena, and then the sheriff's like, well, I talked to one sheriff, and he goes, she needs to be involved, but, now that we know we can't involve anyone, it's a waste of time. I said, well, and I said, why are you out here? Well, the crisis team wanted me to get you so we can get you involved, but, now that you proved that, I said, there's no money for the county. He even called up the county, the county commissioner or the county, the one that does the late night involve. They're like, we haven't had an involve for 25 plus years, and there's no money for it, so, no. So what happens is they'd have to send me off to another place, which every place they checked, before taking me to the hospital to go talk to a social worker. Basically said no deal, it's conflict of interest. So unless they want to send me down to Portland at their expense, and I'd be down there near Corey Terror, it's not even worth it. And I even called the hospital up, right? The hospital in Portland, the one I went to. Terror and Corey knows which one. And I talked to the lady that I'm good friends with, one of the Jeans, and Jean, and she's a darling. Hey, darling, you doing intake tonight? Hey, Rita, what's up, darling? I go, I got a bunny. And she goes, really? I go, yeah, that's what that Squirrel Girl doing. That's the other Jean. And she goes, Squirrel's doing fine, so what is it? And I explained it. She goes, put the sheriff on. First of all, you want involuntary because she basically had an in and out with a crisis team member in your fucking shithole state that basically wants to involuntary her because you're basically accusing Rita of abusing Chloe, but the thing is, Chloe's not being abused, basically. Rita's being abused. Chloe admits to abusing it. The lady doesn't want to take an APS report. We're going to have to take an APS report. And you guys are sitting there basically with a thumb up your ass. He says, we'll take the APS report too. Send it off. Look, if she's basically stating these things, and no one's paying any bills except Rita, and everything's happening, and Rita's got to supply the shampoo, the conditioner, the body wash. Chloe doesn't get what she wants, and yells and intimidates Rita. That's considered abuse. Why don't you wake up smelling what you're shoveling? So the guy said, okay. So, basically, that's what happened, Gotta make sure the funny stays in there, and, yep. So, basically, what happened is, he basically turned around, and, realized, there's nothing like that. But like Tara said, they want me to be a robot for Chloe, and I won't do it. I mean, literally, I am tired of basically being thumped around. I mean, look, the sheriff tonight looked at me and took me aside when he asked the lady on the phone about sexual assault. And the lady's like, well, if the lady truly did get sexually assaulted and the law ain't doing anything about it, Chloe's being vigilante. Chloe's the one that's going to get basically barbecued because they don't have enough proof on that. Then what if this lady didn't make these threats? There's no more proof. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Tara J. Beaver Babbitt gets in trouble from the law. Well, basically, the whole thing is Chloe's basically panicked about it, worried about it. So the lady's like, well, you had a right to call, and you can't go to jail for it. Basically, if the manager basically found out that this was happening and everything else, who's going to be fucking blamed for it? Me. So my depression level went down the toilet. The only way to get out of this relationship is to pack up and leave if I have to. And that's what I gotta work on. Because frankly, I can't do it. Now, once I leave, and I sign myself off the lease, Chloe basically gets to be here in the dark, with running water, and eating cold beans until she gets evicted for not paying the rent, which means goes to court, and the judge says, well, you owe, whatever. Now, they could basically pay her rent and give her like $20 in cash a month. But that's what I heard is very rare, but I don't know how it works, I'd have to ask the manager about it, because frankly, I just want to be, done, and the thing is, like I said, and I'm not trying to vent, is, before I go, is, like I told Dinky, the rent, it's not about the rent, it's about the abuse. And frankly, I don't like basically sitting at the grocery store having an incident where someone basically yells at me over makeup. When they have a handful of makeup, and it's like, my budget, Tara knows, is tight. I mean, I gotta spend some time tonight tethered to the phone for like 15 minutes to finish up a budget project. And then I want to go to gaming, Final Fantasy VII. And then, talking about a depression, okay? I'll tell you what depresses me, okay? The manager turned around. I need to find out if Chloe's here because, I'm almost done talking about this whole issue, but I need to grab a drink of water. And the other thing I need to check on Alright, thank you for waiting, everyone. So basically, I'm closing the door. So basically, the whole thing about the makeup was one of the things. Now, the other thing that, as Tara said, why can't we get along? If we got along, it'd be better. The thing is I want to share with you a couple other issues. One is, I'm willing to buy the shampoo, the conditioner, the body wash, the toilet paper, no questions asked, but I don't like my coffee. This is something I want to share with you. My coffee depleted and my sugar depleted. I mean, literally my can of coffee that's like this went down. And I'm sitting there with no coffee with, I don't know how many days left till the end of the month. And, it's a payday. And I have no freaking toilet paper or coffee. I mean, again, the toilet, that's the thing. Now, I don't mind if, I got 9 days to payday, okay? 8 days if you count, right? That means I gotta run to the little gas station at 10 o'clock at night when my card gets dropped in, right? To run out to get some, what do you call it? Toilet paper, right? Basically, to run and get the toilet paper, okay? Now, Chloe's in the other room. I won't talk much more, but one of the things I want to share with you is this, okay? I know Chloe loves her tobacco too, but as Tara said it, it's Corey. I can't support tobacco for everyone. I want to thank Corey when I was out there. This is Tam that you picked me up, and I just love my skull. And he picked it up at, I believe, Hillsboro, Forest Road, there's a smoke shop. Now, one of the things I want to get more of is this red can here. It's called the Long Cut Dark, Grizzly Dark Long Cut Select. Now, the mint isn't my cup of tea. I did it because it was there. But I'm out of tobacco too. So I'm out of tobacco, I'm out of coffee, and I'm out of sugar. Okay. Now, the thing I want to share with you all before I line up to go to bed is, or actually play a game is, yeah, you want to take him? You want to take baby? Come on in there and take him if you want. Yeah, he's in a cage. The door is closed. I don't know if I closed the door all the way. Yeah, I did. He's right there. He's been running around this room for a while. Give me exercise. Not long. You need something? Okay, I'll talk as soon as I'm done. Yeah. So basically, the problem is when it comes to Chloe wants to put him in her room for a while, give some exercise too. Problem is when it comes to Chloe, one of the reasons I asked and I found out I can't actually evict her is, I got tired of, one of the things is I'm paying for everything, and nothing's getting done. I mean, literally, I gotta go in, and while Chloe's talking to me, I gotta go do the dishes because the neighbors think that they're noisy, right? It's not noisy if you open doors quietly and put things away quietly, as long as you don't talk loud, right? Right. So, but she thinks that man upstairs is a fucking bitch, so what's going to do dishes anymore? I want paper plates. Alright. Now, like I said, the makeup is one thing that I want to share with you. The other incident, as you know by now, is the chip incident where I got 2 bags for her. Actually, it was 1. She threw fit wanted 2 at least, and I had like 6. Now, I know Tara would be like, yeah, I would, but at Corey Tara's house, when I was there, I got like 6 bags. You know what? I shared them, and I was like, hey. You got like one night, like Tara was dead tired in the bed. I went out and I put together all their salads in Ziploc packs. So I didn't want to go to bed, wait. Packed up some chips for her. I didn't know it was her cooler. I thought it was Corey's. Packed up chips for her, and you know what? She said that was the best lunch she had ever. Because I basically put my love into it. I put everything together before leaving to go the next morning. I was tired. I had like 6 beers that night. I was listening to someone like playing, but But I did that out of love because, I don't want the salad going to waste. I had half my salad already there, so I just threw it all in the bag and was like, they can eat it up, and they ate it up, and I made sure they had bacon bits and everything set up and Ziploc cheese, and Tara like, oh yeah, look. So Tara made herself like a great chicken salad without Caesar's dressing. I mean, I think Tara and Corey were really happy with their lunch, and Corey was happy with talking. And, the thing is, I went into the gas station, it was like $15 for 2 tins, and I'm like, Portland's this expensive tin too, so, and I got, I don't remember what it was. It was the Copenhagen Southern Can. And, this is what, no, let's go. It was the Southern Can. And, the Southern Can is not bad, but it ain't great. In my opinion, it was great back a year ago, but to me, it's like, I really want the bourbon one. Now, talking about a couple things that I want to talk about that depresses me, okay, is when I go to the smoke shop, okay, I tried to explain to Chloe that I'm not a bank. I just can't fork out money and money and money, And one of my problems is I have a tobacco problem with my tobacco. So, as soon as payday comes Tuesday night, besides sending out a PayPal to Dinky, I'm going to the damn smoke shop to get a couple cans of dip. And I don't care if I have to buy 2 rolls of dip. The thing is if Chloe's gonna be around here, and by then I should know if I have to buy her ticket. Now, everybody said the sheriff said no because it's considered just abandonment, throwing her out of her home. So here you go, and if she has no place to go, I'm basically responsible if she gets killed in another state while she has housing here. It's like, the sheriff said they should have arrested me in Moses Lake for throwing Chloe out of her home when I told her not to come back, and the manager refused to remove her from the lease. It could have been a police tactic, no one knows, but, the main thing is, the thing about tobacco, I just can't keep buying, and Tara knows this. I mean, I have a lot of stuff I need to get done. I mean, literally, if Dinky's seen that I'm down to 2 freaking towels, which one's becoming so thin, it's got holes growing in it, that, bath towels, that, Corey's like, just ask Tara to set me up with my debit card and buy a stack of like 8 of them, and you're good. I'm gonna have to do that, Dinky. I mean, that's why I'm talking about it. Besides the laptop and the TV, I'm gonna need towels. I mean, literally. I mean, and let me just explain a couple other things, all right, for all of you out there, continuing to watch this. Chloe's mom's always saying advocate. Well, now I'm going to have to sit down with Chloe and tell her she's going to have to pull her own weight until the lease is up. And in the meantime, we can try for disability. But the thing is, she's going to have to find a way to bring in some money. And that's going to be kind of hard. We can't be researchers because the manager doesn't want to research her to get cash assistance again. And the only way to get cash assistance is she complies and goes to Compass at least once a month, and they want to medicate her and all this crap. They don't want to listen to anyone else say, so she's like, fuck them. So technically, I'm waiting for an answer from the good Lord on that. Maybe Tara, if you're watching, maybe you can give me some guidance. Maybe we should get that cash assistance rolling and just get her enrolled, to Compass. Maybe that'll help her. I don't know. And figure out what's wrong, Chloe doesn't want her medical records being given in, that thing doesn't want her records everywhere. I mean, she wants to start from scratch. If she can't start from scratch, she wants to tell Mom to fuck herself. And I think, personally, she should start from scratch. Literally. She shouldn't be having her records floating around. If they have access to them, then, technically, that's the thing. She doesn't want her records shown anymore. And I don't blame her. And literally, I don't blame her. I mean, literally, she doesn't want Catholic Charities basically stating that she abuses me. I mean, her Catholic Charity record states that. And they see it too well, Anyways, the other thing I want to share with you was, my depression, not just because Dinky, said, oh, well, I gotta go to Portland June like 6th or something. It was June 7th, so I'm gonna spend the night with Dinky anyways. One night, take the train back the next day, and get my doctor's appointment done. And if Chloe's still around, she's gonna have to keep an eye on Evie, which Rocky will be, Evie will be, But anyway, the other thing is that depresses me is, like that tobacco is that, and then, getting angry, it really triggers me to be depressed because, honestly, I really want to do what I can for Chloe, but I don't want to be forced into the yelling and screaming to get what you want. I mean, like I said, the makeup, the tobacco, the cigarettes, the thing. My therapist turned around, my new therapist, she said, Rita, it's not your fucking job to take care of that mooch. Literally, she said it. It's not your fucking job to take care of that mooch. And then she said, it's also not your job to send her out. Well, I didn't know I couldn't send her out. It was blocked that I couldn't. It's basically negligence, and she's got all these mental illnesses, so technically, I gotta, that's one reason why I'm having therapy is to find out what to do, how to basically coexist with this, as people are calling her Freddy the Freeloader. If you ever seen Freddy the Freeloader, it was a great Christmas special by Red Skeleton. So, alright, so basically the last part of my video before I turn it off is my depression. All these things depress me, and then when I get belittled and put down, it depresses me. If, someone says, oh, well, it depresses me. I didn't mean to say what I said. It was just, I wanted to get home, and, I found out 2 computers went missing in medical records. That made me really think, and so, it's like, what do I do? How do I do it? What can be done? And so, with me, I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, you get the idea. So, yeah, so I get depressed about these things, and my gaming time in it gets depressed. So, right now with the manager basically putting a clamp on you can't do that. I'm hearing problems, so I have to talk loud and accommodate. And she knows this. I can get a really reasonable accommodation where she doesn't give it as discrimination. That's the thing. I basically came out and said, look, the underlying thing is discrimination. She said, how do you see it? I said, look, you're attacking, you did. She said, you. Well, my father-in-law called her and said, no. He's like, just give her a chance, But anyway, one of the depressing things is, trying to do everything and, not getting things for myself and, paying back this and paying back that, and, I really want Chloe to realize, that I'm not a bank. And so, if I have to keep her till she's on disability, then, she's gonna have to pull her own weight and not basically worry about the neighbors bitching about noise or, other issues or, other things, So, yeah. Otherwise, I don't know, but, we got most of the figuring out of what went wrong. So I submitted the thing, manager agreed, on that aspect. But, like I said, I'm counting down the days. Every day gets me closer to replenishing my tobacco, and, I wish Chloe would just stop doing tobacco, on that. I mean, on the 3rd, I gotta go shopping and I gotta get a couple bags and I get hay and rat help, and another toy for Evie. I mean, and I need to converse with Tara about a couple bags, one being a carry bag for Evie and the other to put him in a special bag for Bunny, and the other bag being same type of thing, and then the other thing I talked to Tara about tomorrow or Friday is camping supplies. What do I need? She wants me to go camping, we better figure it out. Maybe save, put some money aside for um, one of those cancel the wood stove. I mean, we need to discuss this early so I know what I'm doing. Um, she's my family. I mean, I'm relying on her for guidance right now because I don't know which way to turn. I mean, my depression's killing me. I just want to climb into bed, and I'm waiting for God's answer. Now, the other, like I said, everything that depresses me is not having coffee, not having tobacco, and not having toiletries. Now, the toiletries and the coffee, in my opinion, is more important than the freaking tobacco, but not having any of those three, and I gotta purchase paper towels, it seems I gotta put an order together, and, make sure everything is according to plan and go from there. So, um, but like I said, I'm hoping tomorrow's a better day, than today, because, the whole ordeal went down the toilet, yada, yada, yada. With Chloe getting mad at, that's why, I can't kick her out, so I'm like, well, what if I turn off the power, and they're like, oh, well, you can go to jail for neglecting her needs for electricity to stay warm. So it's like, I'm a fucking I'm the fucking caretaker for free. So, my therapist basically is putting it in, I know that I'm not supposed to be taking care of them. If they don't have money, they're gonna have to penny pinch, and deal with whatever they get handout wise and be blessed by it, I mean, Chloe's complaining about tonight how she gets stuck, feels sick to her all the time. I'm looking at her like, so. Anyways, I better get going. I got a project to do. And by the way, I'm so freaking tired. I want to get my gaming time done, but the time keeps going on and on and on. I keep getting up early. And then my body, like, go to sleep, so, but anyways, I got my phone ready to tether. I don't know what the battery's at, so 100%. So, anyways, like I said, they try to involve and do this and that. I just figured it was time for me to, tell you how I feel. So, when my mood switches and rotates. One day I'm happy, the next minute you belittle me or you tell me something sad like Tara did today, I go down in the dumpers and it takes 24 hours to get me back to normal. Now, if bad news comes right after bad news, I'm usually in bed for several days. So, and people say, oh, you're bipolar. Well, I don't want meds. That's the thing. I don't want meds and I don't need meds. The ones that need meds is Chloe. But Chloe's on the phone crying and the lady's, I can't in the hospital. Well, apparently I can't, basically the lady basically called the sheriff came out and said I can't throw him out of here. Oh well, go figure. So, anyways, I gotta get some stuff going. I'm really happy to report all is good. And I want to have a happy day. Mother's Day is around the corner. Maybe Moppy and Evie will give me something good for Mother's Day. My name's Evie. I'm a bunny. Don't eat me. No, I'm not gonna eat you, Evie. Hey, Moppy wants to eat me. Moppy wants to eat me. And then Evie. Moppy wants you because you always taste me. And Moppy ain't going to be getting my bunny. You heard it from me. Chloe basically gave me her password to her computer and basically, like I said, was trying to commit suicide today, and that's all good discovered. But these outbreaks are basically causing me to have a mental break myself because I can't take much more of her, basically making these threats. Literally, like, oh, I'm going to kill myself, I mean, literally, let me just put it this way. Borderline personality is the type that would go and basically make these threats. Bipolar are the ones that make the game damage and does it, like my friend Nicole. She has a book which I'll be reviewing soon, and the book review, well, I got 2 book reviews to do. Hopefully I can get some coffee to review from her. I'm going to buy the coffee course. The books were donated from her minister to minister, but I find her books to be fascinating and hard to put down. I mean, literally, I've read it twice, and as soon as I get it back, I'll be reading it the third time. But the book is, in my opinion, just amazing. I mean, literally amazing. And so, with, with Chloe, basically Nicole, I think it was me and Poppy were talking about Nicole's classic diagnosis of bipolar borderline, and Chloe doesn't even meet the criteria of either or. So, maybe borderline, but the thing is if she's borderline, she needs to basically be medicated properly. And, the thing is her moods are unstable. And her moods are unstable because of whatever. I mean, look, they're basically saying my moods are unstable. Yeah, you basically belittle me like the lady sitting there today, right? And she goes, "We're here at the mental hospital." And I go, "I can hear you, you jackass. I'm in the same room." And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there. From that moment, basically being depressed, too. I want to go rip that lady through the phone and just eat her ass to fucking pulp because she tells me this. I mean, literally, I am not mentally ill. Literally. But to beat her ass wouldn't be too bad, But you know me, I wouldn't do it. It was just, I felt like that because, she's, so I basically turned around and called her a jackass. I'm still in the same room, you damn jackass. Well, and Chloe's like, "Look, I abuse her, I do this." Chloe's like telling her, "I abuse her, I do this and that." Which, let me just tell you, my final thing, alright, since Chloe's waiting for me, I guess, to talk, is, on payday, I'm going to be paying Tara back, alright? I'm going to be going to stockpiling toilet paper. And I got to talk to Tara before then about the island, my plan on the island for supplies. Do I bring it in by, freight, and a 2-day free, or, whatever, because, with the bunny, I want to stay on the island. I can send Chloe out, but a lot of people are saying keep your debit card to yourself and just bring in everything, and so, I'm wondering if I should just bring in everything and just use my phone for orders and go to the library when I run out of data, which I will run out of data. Because I'm out watching movies, I watched a few videos on how to take care of bunnies, and that's what took away my data really quick, so I'm 9 days running at 1.1 gigs, which hopefully my project doesn't take 1.1 gigs, because right now, currently, I'm working on a project that I'm keeping it off, so, when it gets done, that, I can have this project done. I can do projects across the library if I'm planning to, so. But anyways, I told Tara I wanted to share, how I feel, so. Some days my moods fluctuate where I'm happy and sad, depressed, and angry. And when I am angry, I mean, I am verbally angry. I mean, like calling that lady a jackass today because she wasn't involunteering me, but Chloe needs to be the one involved. She makes all these threats. She does this, she does that. Yet, well, just for fun and games, for Lexi and Tara today, Abby, you guys are watching this. We'll see how well it plays out with the reports that Chloe reported. And I'll do another video at time. But anyways, it just happens. So, in the meantime, I gotta order some catalogs for free and do some other stuff. So, one of these days I'm just gonna say F it to the library, and spend the whole day just video gaming at home, so I don't go out, so I don't feel so tired this time of night. So, say fuck it and just play games. So, please add, subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback, suggestions. Oh, talking about payday for a second, I forgot to mention this before going in. Usually I play a bottle of whiskey or whatever at the beginning of the month, and Tara's like, don't drink that. This time around, I'm looking at, something, and I told Tara I want to get, but I don't want to share it. Chloe's got a problem with food. Yeah, so do I, but, my last purchase was Jim Beam Devil's Cut. It's supposed to be like $14.99 a bottle. I paid almost 40 for it. So, don't believe the pricing before you see it. But anyways, so I'm looking at some Irish cream liqueurs, which is my next purchase. I'm gonna check out the grocery store on the 3rd after I pay my bills and pick up a couple bottles, probably cheap, pour it on ice, and just sit back and enjoy it. Another thing I do like from time to time is Grand Marnier. So because it's April or May, I might pick me up a bottle of Grand Marnier too. Um, I don't know what it's gonna cost me, but I don't mind a good bottle of orange cognac from time to time. Orange cognac liqueur. I don't even know what the proof is, so I'll look it up tonight. So I want to share that with you all. I'm looking at liqueur, not too drunk. You don't get too drunk on those, but just to feel a nice buzz and taste something tasty. So, with that said, please subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's wholesome fun for the family, even your dogs and cats. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your night. God bless you, and hit that bell notification for new content. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will make another one tomorrow night to give you an update. Hopefully I won't be so tired.